Okay, just want to start this video off by wishing that you and your family are doing well. But I'm going to be answering some questions for the 24-hour interview reflection. So, question one, what did you or your interview team do well in preparing for the interview? So honestly, my team, we didn't really prepare at all, and that's kind of seemed to be our method through the madness, is to just kind of roll with it. And we didn't interview, and it was a little apparent because we we didn't prepare before. It was a little apparent because, one person in our team would really be focused on getting the details of that one meal, while the other member was focused on, okay, this is what you ate, all right, what's the next thing you ate, okay, what's the next thing, rather than getting all the details once at a time. So I think it just reflects that different people have different methods of, going through the 24-hour recall process, which is nothing wrong with that. What would you do differently as an individual practitioner or as a team practice in conducting a 24-hour food recall? So maybe have one person be the designated writer, because it seemed like everybody was getting distracted writing stuff down, and when one person would say something, somebody was so focused on writing that they would miss what was being said. So maybe just like listening first to the future patient, or whoever you may be practicing on, to really listen and don't be so glued in on your notes, because sometimes when people see that a healthcare practitioner is just writing things down and down and down, it makes them worry that, oh my gosh, maybe something's wrong with me, why are they writing so much and not paying attention to me? So that was probably what we would do differently, and just letting people finish their train of thought and their process, instead of going a little bit at a time and then getting cut off by somebody else. What did you learn from telehealth format of interviewing? I think what I learned is that it's something that is definitely possible in the future, and I think it should be utilized. It gives people an access to nutrition counseling who may not have adequate transportation, or people who simply just don't have time in their day to go from work all the way to their home, all the way to an appointment, things like that, because they can do this realistically, maybe even on the go. But yeah, I think that telehealth is a good way to interview, and it can save time between having this person come in and this person come in. Like, you can just get it all done on video, and I like it. I think it can really reach people. But then you have that problem. Yes, it helps people who don't have the access to transportation like others, but then do they have Wi-Fi, or do they have this or that? And if they have to go somewhere public to access free Wi-Fi, then there's potential HIPAA violations and things like that. So how will you apply what you learn, experience in future practice? I really like how I performed personally. The method I use kind of helps me stay on track rather than bouncing everywhere. So I'll probably go with that and just go with the flow and kind of introduce small things and then prompt things. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the noise in my house, but prompt the person for more answers rather than, oh, you had this for breakfast? Okay, what did you have for lunch? Like, I like to just be like, oh, you had this at this time. Okay, how'd you cook it? How'd you prepare it? How much of this did you use? Did you add anything? So yeah, I think how I apply what I learned is to just really listen to the patient and use a lot of eye contact, and not to be so glued on your notes or your computer or whatever. So yeah, thank you.